Hello, ladies. Thank you all for being here with Love HaAm. We're gathering again together. We haven't met in a while. Hope you had a nice Shavuos. I think since Shavuos we didn't meet. Before Shavuos we met. And Baruch Hashem, we had a nice year here in Eretz HaKodesh on Shavuot with my friend Julie and some of the neighbors here. And wow, there's a lot of stuff going on. We feel the tension. We feel the squeezing. Hashem is squeezing us, right? Hashem is squeezing us, and Bezrat Hashem, we should be squeezed for good things, to reveal the good, to reveal the geula, to reveal the yeshuot that are.
We can't hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, now we can.
No.
Oh, I don't know what happened. Oh, my internet's a little shaky, so let me know if that happens again. I just listened today to a shir. Hi, Farah, welcome. I want to welcome Elke. Thanks for being here. And of course, Pamela, thank you for the Tehillim, and Devorah for agreeing to speak today. And Zelda, Angela, thank you for being here. Hashem should send you Besorot Tovot, Yeshuot for your father, for your daughter, for you, for your mother. Besorot Tovot, Yeshuot Bekarov. So I today was listening to Rav Alon Anava. I posted it in the Living Inspired. If you didn't get to see it, check it out. We are entering into very, very auspicious times. Chav Gimel in Sivan. Chav Gimel b'Sivan is a time where, just like in the Megillah, we know that the decree was annulled. Haman's decree was annulled, and that's when Esther and Mordechai were able to get to King Achashverosh to change the decree. So this is a very special time. And Rav Alon Anava said, because of what's happening here in Israel, there's tremendous tension in Gaza, but also up north. I don't know if you heard, I'm sure you've seen and heard the news, even though we don't like to look at the news, that there's a lot of rockets being thrown from Hezbollah, and there's a threat of war starting up north, Chas v'shalom. But if it happens, Hashem should protect us. And so we need to up our tefillot. We need to up the tehillim. We need to do tshuva. We need to give more tzedakah. The same as they did before when they heard the decree of Haman HaRasha. We have to act right now. There's the gezerah in Shamayim, and also we're entering into Chodesh Tammuz, which is the month that belongs to Esav. And so we need to be very careful in this month and to be cautious and to really protect ourselves with these chuyot of tshuva, tefillah, and tzedakah. And so I'm urging all of you to listen to that shir with Rav Alon Anava. I also posted on his website at smut.org. He has tefillot that you say, and I don't know, I have to find out from him if we have to say it on Shabbat, because I know certain tefillot, certain tshuva you don't do on Shabbos. So definitely on Friday, and up until Friday from today on, we can say these special tefillot that will bring protection to all of Israel, to all our soldiers. I know they took a lot more people into the army, a second shift, and they're sending some people up north now. And so we really need to daven for Israel. I got calls from people to come to try to move down here to the center of the country, and to places that are safer. They're afraid to stay there. They had rockets all throughout Shavuot. These people who are living in Tzfat, living in the area up north there in Kiryat Shmona. It's been really bad. So we really, really, please, I'm urging everyone to send this message and the message that I forwarded on the group to others, to urge everyone to be mitached on Thursday. I'm thinking maybe even on Friday we could meet, because it is a long day for me. So in the morning, let's try to have Tehillim. Bezrat Hashem, tomorrow I have a simcha, but if you guys want to meet for Tehillim, I'll open up the Zoom. And we will say Tehillim together again tomorrow. Pamela, if that's okay with you, if you're able to be here, that'd be amazing. And if all of you can join, I'll send the message tonight, and we'll try to get everyone together. So Be'ezrat Hashem, I hope that we will hear Besorot Tovot, and we have to know that our tefillos matter. Our tefillot matter. We have to recognize the koach that we have in davening. It's also this week is Prarashat Shelach. We're holding by the parsha that talks about the spies, Eretz Yisrael, going to spy the land, and we know that they spoke Lashon Hara, and we had to do tshuva for it, right? Shiva Asar B'Tammuz is the day that we fast, and one of the things that we commemorate. So let us gather together and let us take upon ourselves to do something, a certain mitzvah, a chesed, and to add something to our tefillot with a lot of koach. You ladies are amazing. You're the neshot chayil. You're the warriors. And I also want to say thank you, Hashem, that today I had a Yeshua happen. I don't want to say it yet publicly because it's not finalized, but Baruch Hashem, a certain Yeshua came through, and actually it was more than one thing that happened. So it was really, I saw Yad Hashem very clearly. You know, I davened for something, and I felt Mamash Hashem answering me, and I'm saying it to you that when we talk to Hashem, when we silence everything and we go into Bodedut of just talking to Hashem, Hashem really answers us, and it's just a matter of time, you know. It's a matter of time when Hashem gives us the answer that we would like to hear, and sometimes we don't like to hear it, but it's also what's good for us. We have to accept it. So I say publicly, thank you, Hashem, and I also would like you to keep in mind my daughter, Baruch Hashem. She's b'sha'at tova, expecting Freda bat Keren. Bezrat Hashem, I'm going to be a savta. Can't believe it. I'm more excited about the fact that I'm being a savta than her giving birth, by the way. You know what that's like, right? It's like incredible. So Nisim, Baruch Hashem. Hashem, thank you so much for Yeshuot and Nisim, and I wish it upon all of you. Should be besmachot for everybody here. I want to say mazal tov again to my friend Nechama Leiber, who just married her daughter off, who's in her mid-20s, so it's big simcha. She has a few more daughters in line. And Bezrat Hashem Yeshuot by your kids, Devorah and Farah. I know you also have children in the age of Shidduchim. And Bezrat Hashem Shir B'sorot Tovot by everybody here, Yeshuot, B'sorot Tovot, everything good. So today we have Devorah that offered to speak for us, Tzaddikas. I know she can't stay long. You have something after this, right? You told me, so I'll let you start. I'm sorry, we delayed a little bit. Sorry?
I'm teaching Chumash at work. So
yes. Okay, go ahead. So with Hashem, we're going to hear from Devorah Gottfried, who's in Boston, and is an amazing teacher, author, and an amazing mom, and a very good friend. And she's going to tell us today the insights on Prarashat Shelach, which is going to be, I'm sure, very informative. Ahava and Tikkun, we're going to be learning about. Thank you, Devorah. Please take the mic.
Okay, thank you very, very, very much, Karen. So with Gratitude Hashem, we're coming together to daven and to learn, and I'm so appreciative that we're all coming together. I love HaAm, and I love the opportunity for us to meet and to really give each other chizuk and inspiration. And thank you to Karen for leading this. Thank you to Carol, who always gives such a beautiful job with the tefillah, and for all the reminders in the WhatsApp group so that we can join all the different tefillah groups. So I really appreciate that as well. The learning for today, I'm going to dedicate to healing, and in particular, I'm thinking of the hostages that have been released, as well as the ones that are unfortunately still in captivity. But we hope they'll be released very, very soon. And as well as the soldiers who also need healing, and all the families for the hostages and the soldiers, and really for all of Bnei Israel that have been affected, for Karen's father, and really just in general, just the protection, the healing, and for all the hostages and the soldiers to come home safely soon and in peace. So yes, as Karen mentioned, this week we have Parsha Shelach, and we've had a lot of beautiful, beautiful parshas in the past couple of weeks, as we do when we learn Torah. And Parsha Shelach is one that we can learn from, and one that we can. There's a lot of different things within Parsha Shelach, and again, I'm always amazed to see what different speakers and particularly different rabbis and commentators will choose to speak about in a parsha. I've chosen to speak about love, Chava, and Tikkun, repair, and really to focus on the journey of Yehoshua and Caleb as it reflects all of us in a sense. So I'm going to begin actually by urging or referencing a beautiful Aleph Beta video again, who is Aleph Beta is put out by Rabbi Foreman. This particular one was put out by Beth Leash, which works for Aleph Beta. And she does a beautiful job of noting how the journey of the spies is very similar to another time in history. And one of the questions very often asked by Rabbi Foreman is, where have we seen this before? And we can very often reference the sale of Yosef, and just to me, wherever there is a reference to the sale of Yosef, there is also a reference to an opportunity to heal, and really for this opportunity for tikkun. I see that a lot in the Torah with Hashem's help, and so what the video does is it goes through specific words and shows the parallels between the sale of Yosef. There's even Shelach in there, right? I'm sending you on a mission. When Yaakov sends Yosef to check on the brothers, see how your brothers are doing, Reah. There's so many different words that are very similar, that are found both in the sale of Yosef as well as the language that's used to describe the journey of the spies and the mission of the spies, basically, and even going to the Valley of Hebron, right? And even when it goes to the wild animal, right, that devoured Yosef, which was the story that the brothers had given to Yaakov, which of course was not true, nor would it be true that the animals would ever devour Bnei Israel when we go into Israel, because Hashem is protecting us. So there's a lot of similarities, and like I said, when I see these type of similarities of things, I also see this tremendous opportunity for tikkun, for healing. And so that's something that I'm going to take a look at a little bit today, and also how the opportunity for tikkun is so much of an expression of Hashem's love for us. So first off, we're going to look at the two spies that come back with very good reports, and really go into the mission with a very good in a very good place, right? One of tremendous faith and trust in Hashem. And one of them is we know is Yehoshua, and Yehoshua is from the tribe of Yosef. And then we have Caleb, who is from the tribe of Yehuda. And we see Yehoshua and Yehuda also as being very main players during the sale of Yosef. So Yosef himself, right, is sort of the focus to a large extent. But what we're going to look at actually is something that Yosef did that needs tikkun. Okay, so in the story of the sale of Yosef, what's also often noted is that Yosef had told on his brothers, right? That he had spoken, he had basically spoken, I guess you could say Lashon Hara, but it's essentially he had tattletaled on his brothers to Yaakov. And so this is something that needed repair. And so what happens now is when the spies come back with their reports, right? Yehoshua, who again is from the tribe of Ephraim, who is really from the tribe of Yosef, he's now going to use speech for something very, very good, very positive. And this in itself is going to be a tikkun. So what we see is he's going to speak Lashon Tov, right? And he is going to, specifically, if we look in the Chumash, right, he said that the land we pass through to spy it out, the land is very, very good. And if Hashem desires us, he will bring us to this land and he will give it to us, a land that flows with milk and honey. So again, it's a reference, right, to that everything is a plan by Hashem, which again echoes Yosef, right? He's very much, you can see Yosef through Yehoshua. And a land that flows with milk and honey. And again, Yosef is the one that Hashem chose, right, to be able to sustain us through a time of famine. But do not rebel against Hashem. You shall not fear the people of the land, for they are our bread. Their protection has departed from them. Hashem is with us. Do not fear them. So again, Yosef has this incredible relationship with Hashem. We see this. We see Yehoshua now having the opportunity to do tikkun and to use his speech for something so beautiful, so positive, to inspire people to speak good of things, and not just good, but very, very good, is what he calls the land. And it is a time, it is a beautiful opportunity for tikkun. And when I see also opportunities for tikkun, it's, we talk a lot about generational trauma and what goes on with generational trauma. And I think we need to look at generational repair, because I think a lot of the times that when there is a tikkun, right, it really is a chance to give tremendous healing to what has happened, tremendous healing even to things moving forward, because really what we have is the present. And so we are doing this beautiful tikkun in the present. And so when we look at things like this, I feel again that it's such a beautiful opportunity, because Hashem loves us so much that it's not as if something happens and it just happens. Hashem is giving us so many chances to make things better, and really to be in such a beautiful place, in terms of healing, and in terms of all of us taking a part in repairing the world, as the Rebbe would say. So he says, right, if you see a part of the world that needs repair and you can repair it, then you found, right, your mission. And so it's that notion that we're all here to help each other repair, and also to engage in this generational repair, and just in the tikkun of the world, and making the world a beautiful place for Hashem to dwell. So that was sort of
Devorah, tell us who's in the background. Tell everybody who's in the background.
Okay, so in the background is my son Rafi, who is home now full time, and he is calling out, and he is very often saying the word Torah, and I'm learning with him. So he is now participating, I guess, in this shiur as well. So that may be who you're hearing, as Rafi is very close to me. He's right here. So yeah.
And he loves learning Torah, so we hear his excitement.
He does. He loves learning Torah, and if anybody was in shul with him, to see his face when the Torah, when the Aron, okay, now he's smiling like a huge smile, when the Aron opens, and when we sing Eitz Chaim, it's such a joy. I can't even explain it, but
Amazing.
yes, he is very excited to be here also. So yes, so okay, so returning to Prarashat Shelach, we have Yehoshua, who's doing this beautiful tikkun, and then we have Caleb. So let's look at what Yehuda, during the sale of Yosef, right? Yehuda is a leader, because Yehuda is the leader, right? He's the king, and so Yehuda comes, and Yehuda, it convinces, right, the people, the brothers, really to sell Yosef rather than to hurt him in any other way. And so what Yehuda's doing is, Yehuda has a leadership role, but he's using that leadership role, right, for something that may not be that's obviously not positive, right? And so now we're going to look at Caleb. And what is Caleb going to do? He's also in a leadership role, a very strong leadership role. And with leadership comes tremendous responsibilities. And you're a role model. You're a role model for the nation, right? And very often, if you see people that are being led, right, and they're in need of something, it's almost like a calling for the leader themselves to raise that within themselves, so that they can serve as that role model for the nation. And in the case of Caleb, here we have him using his leadership role for good. He is, again, one of the two spies, okay, that is going to come out very strongly, and he is going to support, right, that the land is good, and that this mission is right, and that Hashem is taking us into the land of Israel. Hashem promised us. We have to trust in Hashem. Hashem always gives us what's best. Hashem understands, when we need to do things, and Hashem is helping us. But interestingly enough, he does not speak up initially, right? Yehoshua is the one who is speaking up. He is using his voice. And again, the tikkun is coming through that voice that Yehoshua is speaking. And for Yehuda, Yehuda, we know, is a different type of person, right? He's going to, his reasoning style is very similar to what Caleb is showing us, who's in the tribe of Yehuda. He's going to wait, he's going to consider his options, and then he's going to put forth something in a very practical way when he chooses his option to try to present his case. And that's very much what Caleb does as well. And in the Aleph Beta video, which I'm gonna just mention because it's very beautiful. You know, we can very often look at this parsha and say, well, nobody listened to the spies, and did it matter that they spoke up? And of course, it does matter that they spoke up. Hashem put it in the Torah. Hashem wrote the Torah, and they are serving as our role models. And even more so, though, the way that the Aleph Beta video puts it, it says the people didn't listen to Caleb and Yehoshua. But does that mean their heroic stand didn't mean anything? No, Caleb and Yehoshua accomplished something on that day. That's how Bereshit 37 illuminates the story of the spies. It shows us that the story of the spies isn't just about 10 people who do wrong and 2 who futilely try to do right. It's a story about redeeming the mistakes of our past. Caleb and Yehoshua are showing us what it looks like, as Rabbi Foreman would say, to remember but choose a different ending. And to me, this different ending is a lot about healing, because it's taking that same moment, right? We learn about that with tshuva. Like, what is tshuva? One of the final steps of tshuva is being put in the same place, but choosing to behave differently. And this is very much a part of this healing process, is that you have these descendants, right, of Yosef and Yehuda being put in these situations where they're now choosing a different ending. They're choosing to use their voice and their leadership role for something so positive that it's making a tikkun. And so I believe it seems that way. And the other thing also is that there's another very beautiful thing, 2 other parts that I really loved that that the video brought up. And essentially it's showing us, like, sometimes for instance, it says, do you have a temper problem? Do are you frustrated easily? But if you dig a little deeper, then maybe that same energy can be channeled essentially into passion, right? Passion for learning Torah, passion for helping people. And it's the idea that we have these gifts, and sometimes they appear as challenges, but there are ways, like when we accept them and when we channel them in the right way, such as speech, such as a leadership role, we're really doing so much beautiful good, right? Because we're using it to serve Hashem, to help each other. We're using it to heal. And so I think part of that is also the idea of accepting all of ourselves, right? And that's also a very important part of healing, is really taking an honest look at all of ourselves and being able to welcome everything, and to elevate, those parts of us that need elevation, and really to accept it in a way. And again, it's the video, kind of highlights that. It says, that Hashem doesn't want us to deny or extinguish essential parts of ourselves. Hashem just wants us to do what Caleb and Yehoshua did, to take those parts and to make them shine. And so it's really throughout this whole process, again, it's like, and just to be able to emulate, right, to be able to do what Yehoshua and Caleb did, and really to sort of to make these parts shine and to do this beautiful healing. We have to also remember to be compassionate to ourselves, right, throughout this whole thing, to love ourselves and to love others, and to know that so many things, that whether they're parts of ourselves or things that Hashem has given us, we can really use these in such beautiful ways. And I think that's something else, because how we choose to do things is really reflective of who we are and where we are. And what I mean by where we are is sometimes, like, after a long day and someone's very, very tired, they may not react the same way as they would have at the beginning of the day when they're very refreshed, right? But that doesn't mean that the person's not a great person, not a good person. And it's just we're reacting from different places, and we have to be compassionate to ourselves during those times. And who we are B'nai Israel, right? We are this really special group of Jewish women in this group I love so much. And we're people of kindness and mercy and compassion. And we're the voice of Torah and mitzvot and tefillah. And, we're these people chosen by Hashem. And really, we're at the heart of things. There is this Hashem's infinite love for us. And he's giving us these chances to grow and to heal, right? Because growth is so much a part of the healing process. It's something that allows us to know we can come back to this place that maybe we were before, but maybe in a different, different context. And we can respond differently because we're different, because we've grown as people. And so Hashem is helping us, right? And the process can be difficult and it can be painful, and we have to confront the pain. But Hashem is always with us, and he's helping us, and he's giving these opportunities because he believes in us and he knows we can do it. And he's given us each other, right? Like David Melech talks about the helpers that Hashem sends. Yes, we're here to help each other. And that's actually a very important thing, because we're all one, right? And when we help each other, to heal, and we heal, I feel like it's like when one person heals, it's a chance for all of us, right? To feel that healing, because we're all one. We're Bnei Israel. And so that's something that is also really beautiful in these parsha. And I know that there's a lot to be said about this parsha, but I think for me, like, to focus on Hashem's love for us, to give us these chances, and the role models that we do have in this parsha, in terms of using speech, like I said, in leadership for good, and really doing a tikkun in a beautiful way, and to be able to grow as one and to help the Jewish people as a whole. And I think for me, I just, may Hashem, I want us to continue to grow and heal, and to feel Hashem's infinite love, and just to feel tremendous gratitude for everything Hashem gives us. So thank you very much for this opportunity. And if anybody has any questions or comments, I welcome them. And just thank you to all of you for being part of this.
Thank you, Devorah, for taking the time to give us your sweet words of Torah. God bless you and your son,
Thank
Rafi.
you. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if Karen is still on, or.
I think she's there.
Okay. I don't know if there's anything more that she wanted to share with us.
Devorah, you're finished? I'm sorry, I was just away from the computer and
No,
it
that's
wasn't in
okay.
my
Yes,
ear.
we finished. Yes.
Oh,
Thank you
I'm so
so much for
sorry.
the
I
opportunity.
didn't
That's
realize. I
okay.
just
Thank
went
you.
away for a minute. Hiskila mitzvah. Thank you so much. That was so interesting. You related it to the beginning with the Yosef. It was so special. Anybody have any questions or comments for Devorah? You have a couple of minutes? You have to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Anyone have any questions? No comments or questions. Wow. They're speechless. You left them speechless.
No, Pamela gave a very beautiful one before. So thank you to that, Pamela. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hiskila mitzvot. Thank you for being here. And ladies, thank you for joining us today. I'm glad we had the opportunity of gathering together in tefillah. If you can join us tomorrow in tefillot. Pamela, should we do the same time or should we start earlier? What do you guys, the women who are here, are you able to join us for Tehillim tomorrow? If you weren't here earlier, I spoke about it's going to be Chav Gimel B'Sivan this Shabbat. So we want to try to up the tefillot before then to do tshuva, tefillot, tzedakah, as mavirin Torah gzera. Hashem should protect us from war and up north. But we want to try to up the tefillot. So if you can join us. Farah said your speech was beautiful and speechless. She said, beautiful that's speechless. That's what she wrote.
Thank you.
So tomorrow,
Yeah,
can you join at 2 or 2:30? What's good?
yeah, is this instead of Friday, right?
No, I'm gonna try
Or
to open up Friday also, Friday morning by you. It's afternoon by me. I'm gonna try to open up for tefillot, just for Tehillim if we can.
I can do it tomorrow the same time, but Friday it would have to be. I would like to do it earlier. I had to
No,
reschedule.
Friday will be morning time. Can't be at night by me. So
Right,
Friday
right.
will
So
be
what time?
morning, like you're gonna be, but it's gonna be early for you.
Oh, you're not going to do it for North America or West Coast.
No,
I
at what
am.
time?
It'll be 9 o'clock, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., something like that.
For you.
Um,
No, for
nine. If
you,
we could do
for a New York time.
if
New York
9
time,
a.m. New
9
York time.
o'clock?
Okay, let's get it straight. Tomorrow, we're talking about afternoon, 2:30
Yeah.
Eastern Standard or 2 o'clock. What's good?
I am
30.
this is Farah. I am not able to do it. Tomorrow I am working.
Okay.
But
Friday, we
Mhm.
can do it, we want to do it at 10 a.m., 10:30?
For us, for
Yeah,
us,
Eastern
yeah, 10
Standard.
a.m. Good. Yeah.
Pamela, you're able to do it then?
Yeah, I can get up. Yeah, I'll be up.
Okay.
That would
10 or
be like
10:30,
7
what's
or
better?
7:30.
10:30?
10. That because like 10 is 7 my time.
Okay,
7,
we
8.
could do 10:30. I don't mind doing 10:30. I could even
Okay.
do a little bit later if you guys want, whatever you want, because we have Shabbat here, so
It's better
6:30.
earlier.
Okay,
10 or
okay,
10:30 because I have I have an appointment on Friday.
okay, fine. So we'll post it, Bezrat Hashem, and put it in the Living Inspired, in the Tehillim group. People want to join us for Tehillim. Amazing.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here.
Thank
You guys
you.
are amazing.
Thank
I
you. God
wanted,
bless you.
Devorah, you're able to talk for a couple of minutes. If I call you, I just want to ask you something.
Absolutely, sure.
Okay, great.
I
Okay,
wanna
guys,
ask
take care. Yes, Farah, go
I
ahead.
wanna ask you, there is a special tefillot?
Yeah, if you go, you look at my Living Inspired, I posted at smooth.org on
Oh,
Rabbi Elona Navaz's website. There are some special tefillot, and basically it's the Tehillim that we say here. He said the Tehillim 121, 83,
yeah.
142, the Tehillim that we say here, and he
Okay.
posted. Actually, I took a picture of it and I sent it to the group, and I also sent the link, so you'll see both.
There's also a special Inani prayer for protection. There's another one. If you want me to share it with you.
What was that?
It's a special Inani prayer for protection. If you want me
Oh,
to share it with
sure.
you.
Yeah, sure. Amazing. Okay. Very good. So we'll be in touch, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, Bezrat Hashem. Good to
Bye.
see you, Farah.
Good to see you too. Bye
Thank
bye.
you
Take
so much.
care.
Finally.
Yeah, finally. Yeah. Baruch Hashem.
I
Bye.
feel
Thank
good.
you.
Besorot Tovat, have us in mind if you go to the Ohel.
If I go, I don't think it's gonna happen before Sunday. Maybe
Okay.
Sunday.
At the right
Okay.
time.
Take
Besorot
care.
Tovat.